Hey guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23, and I have a very special video today. I'm going to try and beat two of my DrAce channel members' lap times here today in one track here in ACES. So ahead of us on circuit we do have Sergio23, and of course Sergio23, a staple in the channel, of course, making so many liveries. He's made my helmet, he made the number. In fact, he's made around 6 or 7 helmets and numbers already for me in MotoGP 23, so yeah, Sergio23, one hell of a guy, and I'm keen to see what we can do today to beat his lap time, and then we have a second ace in this video, which we'll get to sooner rather than later. So, for this first lap, I do think this is very unfair to Sergio23, because I did try 1 or 2 laps before making this video, but I noticed balance performance was on, and it significantly slowed the bike down. It was terrible, it was so bad. Honestly, I couldn't get anywhere near Sergio's times with balance performance on. So I immediately went back to the pit, turned off the balance performance, and as you can see already, we are further ahead than Sergio23. So if he had balance performance on, I would definitely tell him to turn it off, because when you're using the best bike, it only reduces the power for this Moto3 bike rather than making it completely even. I guess it would do online, but for a time trial situation, I guess it doesn't give us any benefit. So into the right hand side for the Duke Salute, and then back across into turn 12. Very difficult corner to get right, but we are ahead by 0.3 of a second. And of course, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy this video. So into turn 14, nice and tight to the ramshock for 15. We will go into the gear timber chicane, quite strong on the brakes, sliding it into the right hand side. Quick change of direction, and that is going to be the challenge. All close to exceeding track limits, but across the line it's a 1:42.696. Job done. So now moving over to part 2 of beating the aces, we have Kuta916. Now Kuta messaged me on Instagram quite a while ago asking me if he could support the channel in some way, and therefore I did have the DrAce pit crew membership, which he quite promptly joined. So big shout out to Kuta, and I hope you're still enjoying the video. So into the right hand side, we'll go into the tightest part of the Ossobrook, a little bit deep though, but you can do that because then you can bring the Leopard Honda into the right hand side. So still using the Honda, very similar to what I'm using in the Moto3 career mode. Of course, this Honda will be a bit more powered, and already we are ahead of Kuta916. We're always significantly strong going into Struben. So we're now alongside the Ghost. You can just see the visor and the bubble. I never understand why the transparency doesn't seem to work so strong for them. I guess it's because they're probably already a very transparent object, but never mind. Back to the business. Look how strong Kuta is going into the Russian hook. I'm going to try and beat him going into Steckenval, but one thing you don't want to start doing when you have a Ghost on the screen is start racing them. You'd need to be focusing on your own lines, and that's what we're going to try and do in this video. I just like to have the Ghost on for you guys so you can see the sort of battle that we have commencing against the transparent friend. But it's just, I always find it a big distraction, and I'm never a fan of having them on. There's a few times I will, but majority of the time I don't tend to bother. But this is going to be a strong attempt in our first lap here. Could we do the double? 1 for 1. It's going to be close, so we're still trending to be ahead, but look at the speed he gets going into turn 14 there, and then into the ramshock. Yeah, Kuta, well played. Oh, caught on the rumble strip there. Fair play to Kuta. He certainly fended me off well here, but I think there's going to be a lot of time to gain here from using a different gearing ratio. I am bottoming out quite a lot in 5th and 6th gear. But if you are familiar with my channel and my style, I don't use any setups and I don't change any of the gear ratios usually, so I don't think I'm going to either on this one. Unfortunately, just touching the outside of the circuit there has invalidated this lap, but nonetheless, we're still going to continue. I am concerned about that front tyre. Not sure whether I should actually go to the pits and change over to the medium front. I do usually prefer a harder front tyre rather than a soft one. As you can see, look how warm it is already. We're so strong into Struben as well, so we are able to close in on Kuta, but we're not able to get ahead of him. He seems to be very strong upon the acceleration. He simply nailed that, hasn't he? As we go into the Wien-Schlang for turn 6 and back into the left-hand side. This is exactly what I was referring to when bottoming out into 5th and 6th gear. It could be very helpful to have that extended ever so slightly, but as I said, I'm not going to change anything. We're going to keep it as it is, because I don't think we need to really delve deep into stuff like that to try and win this one. He's wide into De Bolt, a corner I always struggle at, so if he's struggling there, and I'm going to struggle there regardless, I think we have an opportunity to beat Kuta916. So into Dukas Loop for turn 11. As you can see, we are losing pace from the man who used to compete with Hades back in the day, apparently. And of course, if you've been keeping up with the Esports Championship and the leaderboards, you'll notice in rest of the world on Xbox, Hades is right there. Of course, Hades is my moderator in the DrAce Academy Discord server. One hell of a chap. And I'm rooting for him, and let's all root for him to make it to the Esports Championship to represent South Africa. So, finishing this lap, we are going to go back into the pits and get a fresh pair of tyres on ones that aren't glowing red on the front, but I am going to stick with the soft option front because I think it probably is the tyre to go to. I would like to go for the medium, but I'm going to stick for the soft for the time being and just see how this one progresses. So into Harbuck we go then for turn 1. Nice strong entry, still alongside the Ghost. Could be a little bit tied to the apex, but nonetheless was still alongside Kuta at this stage of the time trial session. Now, of course, my best lap time coming in early when we beat Sergio was a 1:42.696. Still yet to improve upon that, but look at that lovely tight apex to Strubben, and already the front tyre on the left-hand side was burning going into turn 5. Can we keep Kuta at bay? Now, I still haven't made any changes to the gear ratio. We're still going to just give it everything we've got. It's already bombing out there into 6th gear. Now into the left of the Russian hook. Alongside Kuta, but not ahead. We've got to get ahead of the number 916, I'm going to assume. I'm not actually sure what number Kuta is. Didn't quite see it from the Ghost. But into the left-hand side we'll go. This is where we're probably a little bit stronger going into the bull. That has netted us at least a 1/10 of a second. A 1/10 going into the favour of Doctor right now. The soft option front, though, is burning. It's absolutely roasting. Put that under the fire, ladies and gentlemen, because that front tyre is going to burn up. But into I can never say that corner. Mewimina. Nope, never happens. I always try it, but it never seems to work. But into the Hog Hide and then into Ramshuk for 15. Kuta has had a brilliant response going into the final part here. But into the Geert Timmer chicane, I do consider myself a pretty good breaker into this part. Quick change of direction. It's going to be wow, it's going to be super close across the line. It is a 1:42.662. So do the calculations, it's roughly around 0.8 of a second. What, 0.78, 0.078, something like that. Maths was never my strongest point in school. So into Magic for turn 2 and then into Osserbroken. We're charging up against the Ghost. So to the right, we're going to have that change of direction going into Strubben. We're going to be ahead. But for how long? Look how warm that front tyre is. Oh, get the marshmallows out, boys and girls. You could roast them. Wow. Neck and neck with Kuta right here. But don't forget, we have Debult, and we seem to be stronger than Kuta into Debult. So hopefully that will be an opportunity for us to take over at the front. So into the Russian hook. Still alongside him. And as we dive back into the right-hand side. Oh, messed it up into Steckenval. Look how much speed and momentum we lost just by touching that rumble strip there. That has cost us so much time. And quite honest with you, this tyre is a one and done thing. We might have to go back into the pits just so I can get some more feeling again with this front tyre. It feels really, really loose and sluggish when it's this hot. I kind of want to keep the soft front though, because this makes it very interesting. Of course, for the 1 lap pace, soft option tyre is the key. I'm just not particularly concerned. I'm not particularly concerned with the consistency in this one. The whole point and goal in this one is to beat the DrAce channel members, and we've done one so far. Can we do another? So into the Geert Timmer chicane and back across to the left-hand side for turn 17. It isn't an improvement, but it's not too bad of a lap time. So let's go back to the pits, get the fresh tyre on, and do it once more. So then, across the line, can we beat the Australian in the couple of lap times that we've got left? So into the right-hand side for turn 1 for Harbuck. Very tight to the apex. Did I cut the corner there? Kind of looked like I touched the green, but usually in MotoGP, once you touch the green, the lap time immediately invalidates, but I didn't quite see it there. So I'm not entirely sure, but then again, I have seen the esports, and yeah, they are cutting the final chicane, so questions to be asked. But we are now ahead of Kuta going into the Strubben corner, and there again, we might be able to go for that tight apex, but we don't have that acceleration. We compromise our speed there to try and get past him and then get the power down, but we don't have the power down. And there is Kuta just pulling away a few tenths. Maybe the gear ratio does need to be changed for this. I think we could find a significant amount of time with that, but I'm sticking to my guns. I'm staying as we are. I'm not going to rush back to the engineers yet. I still think we can do this one at the default setting. So into De Bolt. Fingers crossed we get this one right. It's not a corner that I do particularly do well at, but we did alright there. We've had a bit of a trend here in Moto3 and MotoGP 23. Maybe my woes of De Bolt have finally ended. Let's keep on pushing, and hopefully this will come to fruition for us to be improving this lap and also getting ahead. But look at the speed and the drive that the Aussie got going into the right-hand side. Very impressive there from Kuta. And that has just completely demoralised any confidence we had going into this final part. But into the gear to chicane, and pretty much the last of the late breakers to the right-hand side. Quick change of direction here, quick upshift to third. It's going to be, again, really close, but it's not enough to dethrone him from the top spot. A 142.714. We're so close, but still not there yet. Into Harbot, we are still trending to be ahead, but we're just so close. Good strong first lap though, first sector, excuse me. Into the Ossobrook, and we do have the lead against the Ghost. Into Strubman for turn 5. Is this the kicker? Is this the one? Look at that tight apex. Couldn't have possibly got that any tighter. Up by a tenth and a bit. Could be almost 0.2 of a second in the first split. This could be it, guys and gals. Rub your hands together. This could be the one. Into the Wienschlang for turn 6. I'm guessing Kuta will close in any moment now. There he is on the screen. Also on the Leopard Honda, of course. Into Steckenval. Is this going to be my second world record for the Moto3 class? Forever, however long it'll stay, of course. My Moto2 one is already gone now since someone beat it recently. But we're still neck and neck. Into De Bolt, we lost a little bit of time there, but we're still trending to be further ahead than Kuta. On this 6th lap, is this the one? Is this the spot for us to go into top place in the leaderboards on PC? Into turn 12, we're neck and neck. We can't possibly any closer than this. Into the left-hand side. Oh no, I'm losing time. I am losing time. It'll have to be down to the gear timber chicane. Do we have a lunge on the transparent friend? Oh, hard on the brakes we go for the gear timber chicane. Quick change of direction. Is this enough? Beautiful entry into the final part. Across the line, and it is. It's enough! Victory! Top spot for Dr. Ace, and we have now officially beaten the Aces. So on screen is my lap times that took me to beat Kuta 916. And of course, guys, if you do want to compete with my lap times or you want to use these as reference, you can do so right here. But if you are going to compete with my lap time and beat it, don't be a silent assassin. Let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe then I can come back and try and beat your lap times. But for now, let's take a look at the leaderboards and let's see the Doctor on the top step of the page. Now, it's not often I get to show this off, so I'm really going to milk this, but we're at the top of the page, and I'm pretty damn pleased about that one. Everything's on manual settings, you name it, and we still did it with default option. No gear changes and no setup changes, so before you ask, I didn't use any setting changes, so there you go. So guys, thanks for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and of course, if you are going to beat the lap time, let me know. Drop me a message on Instagram or Discord, whatever it may be, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the channel. Join the DrAce Pit Crew channel membership if you want to be part of the team, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.